Personalized Learning in Higher Ed. Hi, my name is Jules. I'm an instructional designer and technologist, and I work with university faculty to create and improve courses. Today I'm going to talk about incorporating personalized learning in higher ed courses. By the end of this video, you should have a clear understanding of what personalized learning is. You should know how to adjust your existing courses to implement a personalized learning approach, and you should be familiar with a few assessment strategies for personalized courses. Let's start by defining what personalized learning is and what it isn't. Traditional courses use a one-size-fits-all approach. All students are given the same content, the same assignments, the same assessments, and the same learning objectives and outcomes. Unfortunately, that approach doesn't consider that every learner is different. They have different interests, goals, and preferences. They have different experiences and education. They have different comfort levels with technology, and they have different motivations for taking your course. Personalized learning is a teaching model that acknowledges that every student is a unique individual who is having a unique learning experience, and the best way to enhance that experience is to allow students to participate in its construction. In an article for the International Society for Technology and Education, BASE states that personalized learning involves the student in the creation of learning activities. Imagine Learning LLC explains that in personalized learning, the student works together with the instructor to design a learning system and path that works specifically for them, their interests, and their abilities. At this point, you may have several questions, such as, how can I work with every student in my course to create a personalized experience? How do I ensure learning outcomes and objectives are met if students are creating their own activities? How do I grade students in a personalized course? In the next section, I'm going to talk about what it might look like to convert an existing traditional higher ed course to a personalized learning course, and along the way, I'll hopefully address these questions. To convert a traditional course to a personalized learning course, consider doing the following 5 things. Create student profiles, identify customizable activities, modify shared spaces, set flexible schedules, and provide self-assessments. For personalized learning to work, it is vital for you to know each student at a personal level. Creating a student profile for each student helps you identify their motivations, experiences, goals, interests, abilities, and preferences. A great way to do that is by talking with each student in person or through video conferencing. This gives you an opportunity to develop a strong connection. Unfortunately, that isn't always feasible for every instructor in every course with every student. The next best thing is to create a student profile survey. There are many things you can include in a student profile survey, including learning goals for the course, their source of motivation, assessment of strengths and areas of improvements, preferred learning styles, professional background, level of commitment to the course, and personal information or family life details. The goal of your student profile survey is to collect the information that will help you understand who your students are and enough about their interests and abilities to help you assist with and evaluate their growth. Your courses should already have learning outcomes and objectives. For accreditation purposes, it's typically important that you maintain a mapping of course activities to course objectives. So you may be wondering how your students can design their own activities, yet not interfere with your course map. The answer is identifying customizable activities, or those that align with existing course objectives that are suitable for student-designed elements. For example, if your course contains an objective that requires demonstration of acquired knowledge, then a customization activity could be for each student to select a real-world application for demonstrating that knowledge. The example each student chooses could guide multiple course activities throughout the course, as well as allow the student an opportunity to choose something personally or professionally relevant to their goals or interests. To identify assignments and assessments that are suitable for student-designed customization, look at each activity in your course and ask the following questions. Are there any elements of this activity that have been arbitrarily chosen? Is this activity designed for repetitive practice or mastery of a skill or concept? Could this activity be achieved through multiple formats? If you answer yes to any of these questions, the activity might be suitable for student customization. Whether your course is in person, online, or hybrid, there are typically shared spaces where students go to interact with you, the content, and others in the course. This could be a classroom, a discussion board, a video conferencing app, a digital whiteboard, or an online chat room. One way to ensure your courses encourage personalized learning is to allow more freedom in your shared spaces. Do your shared spaces allow students choices about when and how the space is used? For instance, are students allowed to create their own discussion threads, or can they start their own video conferencing session with classmates? If you have a physical classroom, is it laid out to encourage varied use? Are there areas to sit or stand? Are there multiple kinds of work surfaces, or is the furniture modular? Finally, are rules for usage of shared spaces posted, including any sign-out or reservation procedures? One of the advantages of personalized learning is that it allows students to learn at a pace that is more accommodating to their needs. A great way to add flexibility to your course schedule is by providing choices to your students about due dates wherever possible. Allowing students to set their own due dates within reason could give inexperienced students more time in the beginning of a course to get their bearings and learn new technologies. Another approach that gives students more flexibility is to allow them access to the entire course and accept assignments early. Self-assessments are a great tool to help students understand what they know and what they still need to learn. Providing plenty of formative self-assessments can help students identify gaps in knowledge and set personal goals. If they are set for unlimited attempts, they can also be used for practice and review. There are many tools available to create assessments, such as generative AI tools, such as ChatGPT, your LMS. For example, Anthology has an auto-generation feature, quiz applications, for example, Kahoot or Socrative, and presentation applications such as Nearpod or SmartLab. Speaking of assessments, you may be wondering how to approach grading when using a personalized learning model. Let's discuss that now. If students are allowed to design and/or customize their course activities, you will need some way to evaluate their course performance. There are a few strategies to keep in mind when grading personalized learning activities. First, activity rubrics are something you may already have for many of your course activities. For activities that you allow flexibility, you can choose to require that all customizations adhere to your original provided rubric. You could also choose to allow students to submit proposed rubric changes or additions for any activities they design. A second strategy is to provide a series of comprehensive formative assessments throughout the course that are mapped to all the course learning objectives, then use the results of those assessments to calculate a baseline for each student. At the end of the course, provide a comprehensive final summative assessment, and then afterwards assign a student's course grade by comparing the percentage of improvement from their calculated baseline. A third strategy is to allow students to grade their own work using rubrics or checklists. Ask students to create a case for their final grade by reflecting on what they've learned, what they've demonstrated mastery in, and how they've participated throughout the course. In summary, today I've shared what personalized learning is, ways to adjust your existing courses to implement a personalized learning approach, and assessment strategies for personalized courses. I hope this video has given you some helpful information. Getting to know your students and empowering them to personalize their experience in your courses will help them engage more fully with your content, your course, and even you. More importantly, by using a personalized learning model, you will demonstrate a greater respect for each student and their unique learning journey. Thank you for watching.